It's your boy Rodney Perry. I'm bringing you an evolutionary experience. Hey, it's game changer.
Hi, this is India with Bags and Lifestyle. Thank you so much for watching this video. Welcome back to my channel. If you're returning, and if you're new, hello. Thank you so much for clicking play and giving my channel a try. So for my newcomers, I typically love videos covering topics related to handbags, usually with a pre-owned twist, and then also lifestyle topics, which could cover how-tos, product reviews, opinion-related topics, and whatever else I feel like talking about that has nothing to do with handbags. So if any of that sounds interesting, I encourage you to watch a few other videos. I have those linked in the description down below. There's 2 playlists down there, I believe. And then also consider subscribing at some point. And then also, anybody listening out there, please give me a thumbs up. I really would appreciate it. So today I will be talking about, should you buy luxury items from Poshmark? I had seen a couple of other YouTubers talk about this topic, as I say this item, but this topic, and wanted to give my opinion. Now, my opinion, I'll just give you a little bit of a quick background here. From my perspective, I have purchased items for my personal use from Poshmark. I have also sold items. And when I say sold items, I've sold luxury items on Poshmark, and I've also purchased luxury items on Poshmark. So I come from a customer as well as someone who can generate, as well as a seller, basically, from Poshmark. So let's get on into my opinion. Now, definitely for the folks out there who feel opposite of what I'm about to say, there's no knock. Everybody has their reasoning. I think their reasoning is valid. So I'm not saying that they're wrong. I'm not saying that their opinions are invalid or anything like that. But I just wanted to share my thoughts. So quick answer is yes. I think it is okay. I think it is also safe to purchase luxury from Poshmark, and I'm going to tell you why. And I'm going to break this out into 2 categories. So first up, overall, when you purchase something that first off, when you think about eBay, that has been going strong for a long period of time, you have other areas out there that you can buy secondhand from. I'm just going to take the generalization here that anytime you are not buying an item directly from the boutique, directly from an authorized third-party seller, so that would be something like your Nordstrom's, your Saks Off 5th, your Neiman Marcus, your Harrods or Selfridges. Anytime you are not buying an item directly from a third-party retailer or directly from the boutique, we can take this, basically, I'm going to say it's not safe, right? So we're going to take that safe out of the category. So there are some things that you should do. I'm not saying the first person you see that you have a great deal, you should grab it and go and get that item. Not saying that at all. You always have to be smart about it. But that complete 100% shadow of a doubt guarantee that your item is authentic and all of that stuff, I say when we're talking about from that perspective, throw that out the window, because you're not getting it directly from the manufacturer at that point. All right. Now, you do have a lot of reputable sites out there, and I will not sugarcoat or tiptoe around the fact that there are a lot of fakes that you can find on Poshmark. And I know that a lot of times people mention that as a reason to stay away from it. There's a lot of fakes you can find on eBay too. There's a lot of fakes, there's other really large consignment stores out there. People have said, I bought a fake from this place. So then that means nowhere is safe, truly, right? And do you have more comfort and things like that in other places? You may have more confidence and things like that, but really, if you break that out of there and you're not buying it directly from the manufacturer, like I mentioned, or authorized third-party seller, then you're buying at your own risk, period. So with that said, I'm going to break it out into 2 things here. So if you are a novice, you're new to secondhand, you're new to pre-owned, all of those things, then I would suggest that if you're going to purchase luxury on Poshmark, you stick with items that cost at least $500 or above. The reason why is, one, I'm not saying that I'm an expert in every kind of like designer area or whatever, but I kind of can, being around it for a while, I can kind of pick up on things and get a better feel kind of from photos of what I see, and I'm like, that's a little bit of a red flag. If you're brand new to this, you have no idea, you don't even know what to look for. So it's safer for you to either buy from, if you're going to buy from Poshmark, to buy items that are at that $500 mark or above, because it comes with the Poshmark authentication service. Now, I would still say, just because an item is authenticated through the Poshmark authentication service, that doesn't mean don't go take your extra money and get another person, another third-party company to authenticate your item. I always do that. I always tell people, anytime you're buying pre-owned, I don't care if you're buying from Real, I don't care if you're buying from Rebag, I don't care if you're buying from Fashion File, which I have purchased from all three of those companies. There are other really big ones out there too, as well as smaller ones that are reputable as well. I don't care where you're buying from. You also need to pay an extra little bit of money to have it authenticated another time. The reason why is because you want to go to a person who is outside of the spectrum of who's profiting from the item you're buying. So that way you can have an extra pair of eyes on it, somebody who does not have a dog in the fight and can let you know whether that item is real. Sometimes people make mistakes. Sometimes things slip through the cracks, and so you just really want to be sure. Pretty much, if you have a reputable place that is saying, okay, we only give you authentic items, we ran it through authentication service, like that Poshmark Authenticate service, and then also you pay the extra $30 to $50, or depending on what the item is, it may cost more than that. If it's like a Chanel or an Hermes product, then you may be upwards of $100, $150. Pay that extra money and then have somebody else that can authenticate it. That way you really are sure that that item is real. So that's what I'm going to go with there. So that's the next tier of that answer. So next up is going to be for, I'd say overall that's for anybody. Have I purchased anything that's a luxury item under? I have purchased a luxury item that was under that $500 marker, and I am not super familiar with this brand, so that's going to be Delvaux actually. So by the time you see this, will you see the unboxing? Oh, spoiler alert! I have a Delvaux unboxing coming up, and that item I purchased through Poshmark. So that is a luxury item. It fell under the $500 mark, so I paid like $350 for it. But what I did do is I did do some research, looked around, tried to just like kind of gather information together to see if I saw any kind of like iffy indicators out there. Now, for me, I felt mostly comfortable doing that because, one, I've been around the bush, I guess you could say, for the pre-owned side of things. Not saying that I could authenticate all of these items or anything like that, but just from what I saw, my experience, things like that, I just felt like I was fairly comfortable that I was buying the real thing. Also, I had already lined up an authentication service to authenticate my item for me. So key there is authenticate. So my item fell under that $500 marker, right? So as soon as that item came in, I took my photos, I sent it to a reputable company to authenticate my item. So that way within that $3 window, that 3-day window where basically you have a 3-day window to accept that item, so that way it releases the funds to the seller. I had my item authenticated, and then I, basically thumbs up or accepted it or whatever it's called on Poshmark. So I went through the authentication service. So if you are familiar or you feel fairly comfortable being able to kind of identify really bad fakes and things like that, then maybe it's okay for you to buy, but it's totally up to you. Totally up to you what you feel comfortable with. So if you're a person where you just don't want to risk it, then don't go on Poshmark looking for items that are less than $500. Just keep it in your mind that you're going to get those higher ticket items from Poshmark, but you're going to use the Poshmark authentication service, and say it with me, and you're going to pay somebody else to authenticate your item outside of Poshmark, okay? So, overall, just to summarize this up, do I feel like it is quote-unquote safe? And I already gave the big soapbox spiel earlier about really can you consider anything safe. So do I think it's safe to buy luxury items on Poshmark? Yes, I do. I think it is no less safe than buying it from eBay. I know that I will say that Poshmark does have some growing pains to get through, and it have a better process for being able to clean up those items. Will I buy every luxury item from Poshmark? No. There are certain things I will go to Poshmark for, and then there's other places that I will skip over Poshmark and get those items from. So I feel like if it's something that, one, you're able to send through the Poshmark authentication service, and two, you can also get it authenticated outside of Poshmark, then I think it's okay to buy luxury items from Poshmark. Also, I will say that if you feel fairly comfortable and you know your way around Louis Vuitton or Christian Dior, some brands like that, and you can pretty much eye an item by photos, ask the right questions, feel fairly confident that the item that you're purchasing that is less than $500, so that'll be people that are been around the bush with this for a while, then Poshmark can be a spot that you can find good options from. I know that is going to be opposite of what a lot of people say. I am not saying that I will never have a bad experience on Poshmark or anything like that, but I feel like for those reasons, I feel like it is okay to buy luxury items from Poshmark. eBay had a really bad problem of fakes. There still are fakes out there on eBay, and I know eBay's done a lot of work to clean that up. And so hopefully Poshmark will be in that state too, because I mean right now it's no secret. It is really bad. There are a lot of fakes, but a lot of those are falling under the $500 radar. I know there are some other ones that don't, but you always want to get your items authenticated. And I think it is safe if you are a person who has been around the bush a little bit, around the pre-owned bush a little bit, and you're fairly familiar with a brand and can pick up on things through photos, and then can confirm that when you physically get the item, then I think Poshmark works out for you. There is some risk with it. There's risk with everything. And with Poshmark, there are situations where that person can open up a case when they purchase something. It does give the seller the opportunity to defend their item. So just make sure that if you have to open a case, it could go either way. Same way with eBay though. If you have to open a case with eBay, it could go either way. So, yeah, that's at least my opinion, and I'm pretty sure that's an unpopular opinion, I think, but I'm not saying you should go out there and buy everything from Poshmark, because if you just heard me say some sentences ago, I did say that there are certain things I won't buy on Poshmark. There are luxury items I won't buy on Poshmark, but I think if you are careful and are able to benefit from using the $500 service, and you're familiar with the styles you're looking for, things like that, then I think it's okay for you to buy from Poshmark. So let me know if you disagree. If you disagree, that is totally fine. Definitely leave that in the comments below. Let me know why. And I hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day.